Welcome to Mike Does History. Here we are out here at the Newark Earthworks. Sorry for the noise, we're right next to the road. But this is one of the largest set of earthworks and mounds in the world. So let's go check it out. This is the Great Circle Earthwork. It was built by the Hopewell Culture of Native Americans. And the Great Circle is just this right here. As you can see, this was a much bigger setup. But all we have here is the Great Circle preserved, and it is still enormous over there. Out here at the Newark Earthworks, and you can actually see, just look how tall this is. This mound is much taller than me. This could be 8 to 10 feet tall. And if you look, it just continues right on down through there. And there's actually another section, a smaller section, just a few feet tall right there. Now the earthworks here actually line up with lunar events. And just as it says that the main axis of the octagon here, it marks the northernmost rising point of the moon. So these earthworks weren't built for just any old reason. They actually line up with both the moon and the sun and other celestial things in the sky. Now here's one of the gateways, or one of the breaks in the wall. And as you can see, here's the large earthwork coming around here, then the gateway, and then the earthwork picks up again going that way. And right in the middle, you can actually see the ditches were dug out here all around. So there's a deep ditch on that side, as well as the tall earthworks up to as much as 10 feet or higher. Alright, here I am standing inside of the earthworks. There's the gate. Coming back around, the tall 10-foot walls, as well as the about 8-foot deep borrow pit there. And this thing, it just encircles the entire park here. The size of this is just unimaginable. Unless you're here, you just don't have any idea. I mean, look at the center of it. Just this big open space. Out here in the center of the Newark Earthwork, you can see there's actually a few mounds here, but those are the walls way off in the distance over there. And just follow the walls all the way around, just to try to get an idea of how big this place is. Coming back around, there's the gate that I had shown you originally. We came through the gate and we are now here right in the very middle of the earthworks. And the wall's over there kind of hidden by trees, but you can kind of see it in the back. And this is just an enormous set of earthworks and mounds. Nothing else like this in the rest of the world. In some places here, if you're not paying attention, you may actually walk over part of the earthwork. If you can see this rounded part, so this rounded earthwork kind of rounds out the center over here, where we have the large mounds over here in the center. Now they actually had a little bridge that I can take across the borrow pit here, and that's what this was called. This is the borrow pit. They literally borrowed the soil in order to make the mound here that we're standing on top of. Okay, we're on top of the earthen wall here, looking down into the borrow pit, back into the inside of the earthwork. And you can actually see where the earthwork kind of ends here, and there's a gate. And then looking out, and there's actually a smaller embankment you can see over here running that way. Now if you can actually tell from this drawing here, this is the circle that we've been checking out so far with the gateway. As you can see, there's an even bigger circle up here, and I'm not exactly sure what each of these lanes align with, but in some way they either align with the moon or they align with the sun. A lot of times it's where either the moon or the sun will set or rise. The Great Circle here was actually used for the Licking County Fair. And if you can see on this little drawing, people kind of hanging out on top of the earthen embankments, and the fair actually happened here within the earthwork. Now the Great Circle here at the Newark Earthworks is actually, it was built by the Hopewell Culture, and that is evidenced by the fact that they found the remnants of one of their homes at the bottom, whether it was a home or a ceremonial building, or maybe the chief's hut, whereas the Adena culture used theirs built as burial mounds, and many skeletons and things are pulled out of the Adena burial mounds. Now back in 1992, excavations were actually done to the Great Circle here, with a lot of American Indians were upset about it because this is a very sacred site to them and for their culture. So it was part of what, archaeologists really wanted to get an idea of what was going on and try to date some of this stuff, but at the same time also wanted to appease the Native American Indians. So they all actually got together and smoked the peace pipe and kind of discussed the issue, and the excavation went on, but everybody felt a lot better about it in the end. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check out my website. Also, follow me daily on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. And remember, as Martin Luther King Jr. once said, we are not makers of history, we are made by history. This is Mike saying, have a nice day.